to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Gretchen Carey, and we thank you for joining us today. Ceremonies were held across the country on Veterans Day to honor those who have served. It also marked the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army, Navy, and Marines. Burlington ceremony had guest speakers from each branch and a large turnout despite the chilly temperatures. Robert Paris was there.
Let's take a moment to thank our military men and women, past and present, for all they have done to protect our nation. On November 11th, the town of Burlington held its annual Veterans Day ceremony on the town common, organized by Veterans Services. This year's ceremony was a special one, marking the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army, Navy, and Marine Corps. 3 guest speakers took part in the program: Army veteran Robert "Ski" Karazinski, Navy veteran David Hughes, and Marine Corps veteran Richard Redigan, each sharing personal stories and reflections on the history of their branches.
Vietnam veterans are men and women. We are whole, we are maimed, we are sane, we are haunted. We grow from our experiences. We live through hell. Some of us enlisted, some drafted, some came kicking and screaming. Like veterans of all wars, closer to death than most people would like to think about. We heard gunfire, mortar fire, and really looked into the enemy's eyes. Vietnam veterans are people just like you and me. We served our country proudly or reluctantly, some of us ambivalently. What makes us Vietnam vets is only something that we understand ourselves.
I hope that some of the young people here today will choose to serve in the Navy or one of the other branches represented here this morning, or the others. And if you do, I hope that you too will enjoy the same lifelong pride and satisfaction shared by other veterans for having stepped forward to serve our country.
Our tenacity with fighting has proven to the world that we are a force to be reckoned with, the Marines. We're one of the smallest branches of the United States Services. We fall under the Department of the Navy. They sign our checks. The Germans called us Teufelhundens in Belleau Woods. To them, it was a description that referred to us as we fought like devil dogs.
Despite the cold and windy conditions, residents, the BH's band and chorus, veterans, and scouts came out to show their support.
It was a full crowd. Glad they did. I hope people, go back to the Legion and warm up or get back into their cars and warm up. I will say this is I think the most impressive thing is you have band members over there playing instruments. You have chorus members singing, and they sounded fantastic. It's easy to talk into a microphone, but to sing, that's amazing. But no, I think everybody, especially the musical elements, did a fantastic job, and I'm really glad that they came up.
As a veteran himself, Chris described the day as one to celebrate and to honor those who've served, past and present.
It means celebrating those who have raised their right hand to support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the people that wore a uniform to protect the freedom and sovereignty of the United States citizens. And I think, it's too bad that it's just one day a year. This is a happy day. It's a good day for veterans, and I hope everybody that's a veteran feels like they're loved and that we appreciate their services. But as well, I hope people remember veterans of the past and maybe find a veteran today and have a conversation with one.
From the veterans section on the Burlington Town Common, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
The BACC co-sponsored a fireside chat event with Northeastern University and Dina Wasif of Calabio Solutions on how business and research in the region are shaping the next wave of AI life sciences innovation. BNews reporter Ted Stefanak has the story.
The Burlington Area Chamber of Commerce, in cooperation with the Northeastern University Innovation Campus, Calabio Solutions, and the Massachusetts Life Sciences Center, held a fireside chat with experts on the advances of AI in biotech.
Well, we're certainly instrumental in getting people together. We're very fortunate that we're exposed to a lot of great people and some smart people that really are at the leading front of many of these industries with life sciences and AI, and it's just good to be able to pull them all together in the community, get the high school and kids, the future leaders involved.
It's wonderful. I was so happy to see the kids here today learning about AI and life sciences through the program that was funded through Mass Tech Collaborative. They actually were doing AI with real data sets to do things like figure out if a cell had cancer or figure out if someone was a distracted driver. So they rose to the occasion. They're great. What a fantastic group of students we have here in Burlington. We're really lucky.
It's really remarkable. The key to aging, longevity, optimizing human performance. If you have that data and you have that tool of AI that can fast track a solution for you, for your health, I'm all about it.
I think it's important for people to remember that AI has already been here for many, many years. We see it in algorithms even for things like Netflix. But I think what will happen is AI will take jobs from people who don't use AI. If we use AI and use the benefits and the progress, I think everyone will see there are more jobs available.
When anyone talks about AI, they talk about eliminating jobs. And there was a great analogy about manufacturing, and when things were mechanized, we thought everyone was going to be out of work. Things will evolve. There will always be jobs. We'll just be able to do our jobs much better, much quicker, and with data that can be reliable.
From the Northeastern University Innovation Campus, I'm BNEWS reporter Tad Stefanak.
The Middlesex 3 Coalition held a Powering Green Opportunities panel discussion on navigating policy changes and utility partnerships for sustainable building transitions. BNews volunteer Elizabeth Fuller was there and has this report.
Businesses from around the area gathered in Burlington for the Powering Green Opportunities event hosted by Middlesex 3 Coalition. The event focused on how businesses are preparing for the new statewide energy disclosure policy.
We really kicked it off with this kind of LIBOR policy, which is about reporting energy use for buildings that are over 20,000 square feet. In the process of really talking about this policy, we kind of ended up really kind of pulling the curtain back to see all the interconnected pieces of, energy, really.
There's a mandate coming from the state that's going statewide. Building owners are required to submit their energy consumption for their buildings. Most of that process is fairly simple.
I know a lot of our customers are kind of worried about this large energy building reporting, and honestly, we do a lot of the work. We're the ones, the state is asking the utility to report their energy usage, so we go through, we look at all the accounts, we report that data.
The moment it's a reporting mandate, so all they have to do is report. There should be no cost. We're seeing the writing on the wall. We know it's going to lead to limits to how much carbon a building can produce. So that's in the future. They're going to need to replace systems, to look towards electrification, to make capital improvements that are going to reduce their emissions. So that's why we're here today, to talk to owners about being proactive.
They've already done it in Boston. They've already done it in Cambridge. Now the reporting program has gone statewide. So we believe it's going to go from reporting to reduction statewide. And right now, the incentives are really, really good. The early movers, the people that will become in the know, will take advantage of some very lucrative incentives that are being offered by the utilities and the government and the state.
I think, a lot of the concerns that we have, that we're hearing from the developers is, how do we connect quicker, or how do we eliminate or drive out concerns that they may have or impacts to their project timelines. As far as this initiative, I'm hoping that, at least from my standpoint, that I can bring some awareness to the overall project life cycle and some of the hurdles that are absolutely real to developers and builders to connecting new places to the grid.
And it's not just, about green energy or sustainability. It's really about, sustainable growth in everyone's community. And for Burlington, we've been looking at housing, new commercial development, or how to deal with some offices that are not as utilized anymore. more. And I think it was really important that today we had Eversource and National Grid representatives to really kind of show us like what they're doing on their end to kind of strengthen the grid and get like these transmission and distribution lines in place, because those delays for our building owners and tenants really become problematic over time. And it was really important for us to kind of talk together, kind of understand the pain points so we can, collaborate and work together to better solutions.
Look for the full panel discussion coming to BCAT soon. I'm BNews reporter Elizabeth Fuller.
The Recreation Commission honored their Hall of Fame inductee Jack Ferren at their recent meeting for his years of dedication to the department. Let's have a look.
15-plus year elected member of the commission, and somebody I consider Mr. Burlington.
Jack has served on the Recreation Commission for over 15 years and worked tirelessly to ensure all members of the community had access to programs, parks, and fields. I've worked with Jack since I began in Burlington, and his creativity and desire to improve the parks and programs offered by our department is rooted in his love for the town of Burlington. It is my pleasure to induct John J. Jack Ferren into the class of 2025 Burlington Parks and Recreation Department Hall of Fame.
A little emotional. It brings back 1981, Bill Boudreau. I asked Billy if I could DJ the Pride Day, as we called it back then. Sorry for my emotion. But I always called him Uncle Bill. And I was a morning man at WNTN Radio, and I actually played 45 records then. And Don Roberts, rest his soul as well, said, we can't have music on the Common. We did it, and the rest is history. I got hooked. And my mother, rest her soul, is the one who said, you got to do this. You got to give back to your community. So with that, I want to thank my mother, rest her soul, my wife Eileen, my daughter Shayla, and my son Sean.
Well, Jack, I just want to, I said it already privately, I just want to congratulate you publicly for all of the things you've done over the years. I mean, as Lindsay said, it's countless. You know, you don't hesitate to volunteer your time and your talents and your ability to bring people together. That's one of your big talents.
You're a great human being, what you've done for this great town, and if you go back to what you started with, what you've done for recreation, but on a personal level, what you've done, the charities, the amount of money that you've given to the students and in the town of Burlington, and all the behind-the-scene things that a lot of people don't know about that you have done for the community.
You really are the essence of Burlington, and it's really been a pleasure to consider you a friend and a family, a member of our family in some ways. So thank you so much for everything you've done for Burlington.
The town of Burlington has launched its official Facebook page to help residents, businesses, and visitors stay connected. The page will feature announcements from the town departments, event information, project updates, emergency alerts, and opportunities for residents to get involved. The launch marks an important step in Burlington's efforts to modernize and expand its communications. Community members are encouraged to follow the Town of Burlington at facebook.com/Town of Burlington MA. A Burlington High School junior is being recognized at the state level for her artwork celebrating Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month. Lydia Perez Armas was honored at the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education office in Everett on October 29th after her papier-mâché mask was selected for the statewide exhibit. The piece features found materials and origami white flowers that reflect her heritage and was created in the Burlington High School clay studio with guidance from art teacher Mojdeh Kazim. During the ceremony, Lydia shared the story behind her work and received a strong round of applause. School officials say they're incredibly proud of her creativity and hard work. The Robotics Club is gearing up for their 2025 STEM Spectacular, where they celebrate all things science, technology, engineering, math, and of course, robots. Varys Connolly visited the DevilBotz to find out more about this year's team. Let's have a look.
The Burlington High School Robotics Club, known as the DevilBotz, are preparing for their next competition in January. But what goes into preparing for a competition like that?
So every year we attend 2 regional competitions, which is throughout the Northeast, and we build 120-pound robots that are built to basically compete in annual competitions. Our league is FIRST Robotics, so we compete with about 5,000 other high school teams across the world in over 30 countries. It's always 3v3, so we're with 2 other towns from the Northeast and against 3 other towns, and we have to strategize with them before the match on how we're going to try and beat the other teams based on our skills and their skills. It's juggling a lot at once, but it's very fun, and it's very interesting to work with so many different types of people, and we're all just united by our passion for STEM. And everyone there, you don't really know them, but you just have something in common with them, and it feels very special.
With the building season just around the corner, what kind of benefits do the students receive from participating in these robotics events?
Many of our mentors are professionals. We have an electrical engineer, we have a mechanical engineer, I have some software background, we have 2 software mentors, so we have a large array of mentors who are professionals in the field. It's a safe place for the kids to be. We come down here to the high school, the mentors are here, we're all working together to build the robot. Also during build season we have to talk about budgets and design, so we have a CAD team that designs our robot, so it really encompasses all points of engineering.
It's very fulfilling because it's just nice to see people kind of find something that they're passionate for and then chase it. My favorite memories from Robotics Club is either the long drives to competitions that we somehow managed to make very fun, and just getting to hang out with the club. And even when we're working in the shop, you spend a lot of time with these people and you really get to know them. And then of course meeting people at competitions is fun too.
There doesn't seem to be a lot of other options for kids who like building things to actually grow those skills at the high school level. And what a lot of them are coming for is just the ability to be able to tinker around and drill holes and cut things, and they build a lot of those skills too.
Well, I'd like to see the club continue to grow, continue to live the FIRST mission. I think making more contacts with some of the other schools, the other teams, reaching out more in the community, doing more outreach events, and just continuing to build a great robot that they really put some thought into.
The Robotics Club will also be hosting a fundraising event at the high school on November 22nd, and admission is free. This is Mariska from BNEWS.
There's definitely a chill in the air, and I think our meteorologist may have mentioned the S word in the forecast. Peter is up next after our community calendar. Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your community calendar. On November 21st from 5:30 to 9 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having a community game night and pizza party. No registration is required. For more information about drop-off, go to the library website. On November 22nd at 8 a.m., the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department is having their 5K Turkey Trot at Burlington High School. For more information and to register, go to the following website. On November 22nd and 23rd, the BHS Performing Arts Department will be having a fall performance of The Crucible by Arthur Miller. For tickets, go to the following website. For more community calendar events, go to bcattv.org, burlingtonpubliclibrary.org, and burlingtonrecreation.org. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your community calendar.
Winter has definitely come in very quickly. Didn't have much of a fall this year. We kind of went from summer into winter very quickly, and that is going to continue as we get towards the end of the period, getting in towards next Thursday. Our average high should still be around 50 at this time of the year, and it is still going to be trying to get out of the 40s, so very chilly. And of course, as we get closer and closer to the official start of winter in a little over a month, those sunsets are now happening, look at this, before 4:30 in the afternoon now. So that is definitely a sure sign that we are heading towards winter. Now, as we go ahead, let's take a look at what the Climate Prediction Center is calling for us in terms of our temperatures here. And yes, looks like most of the eastern U.S. over the next 7 to 10 days is going to be experiencing a bit of a warm-up. Of course, all except for us here in the Burlington area and New England. It is going to stay near normal to below normal, so it is going to be pretty chilly. If you want to get any of that nice warm weather, you're going to have to head way down south or a little bit out to the west in the Midwest, where they're going to be enjoying temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Unfortunately, not for us here. And as we go ahead, let's take a look at what our precipitation chances are looking at. And this is pretty interesting. Almost the entire U.S., including Alaska and Hawaii, are expecting a chance of above average precipitation. We're going to be taking a look at that too as we get in towards the Sunday time frame. I know you don't want to really be looking at your bad weather coming in on the weekend, but it looks like we're going to have a pretty damp and chilly day on Sunday. So as we go ahead, let's take a look at those 7 days of weather coming up. And yes, look at this, every day struggling to get out of the 40s. And now starting out our weekend, if you're taking a long weekend coming up this Friday, it is going to be chilly out there and breezy. Temperatures in the low 40s. We're going to moderate a little bit as we get in towards Saturday with our temperatures trying to get up into the upper 40s. And on Sunday, yes, there are a couple of snowflakes on our map here. And we are looking at maybe early in the morning, we could see enough cool air still in place that we could see some ice pellets, some snowflakes in there before our temperatures warm up into the upper 40s to near 50 with a fairly steady and just chilly rain. So just a nasty feeling Sunday out there in the Burlington area. Now, as you go back to work on Monday and Tuesday, we are going to keep that unsettled weather in the picture. Temperatures, again, very chilly. Look at this on Tuesday, struggling to get out of the upper 30s to around 40. And on Tuesday, we are going to be seeing a storm system staying, I think, to our south right now. Looks like that might throw a couple of, like I said, showers and maybe a few flurries here, but nothing organized, which is good, especially with this cold air in place. And then as we're getting towards rounding out the period next Wednesday and Thursday, see those temperatures pop up a little bit, but still very chilly, only in the low to mid 40s. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, and have a great week.
Red Devil football is still undefeated after their first playoff game, and the girls' swim team capped off their season with an impressive finish. Juliana McGrain has all the postseason results for you in sports.
Hello everyone, I am Juliana McGrain and welcome back to your weekly Burlington Red Devils sports report. Let's get right into it. The Red Devils football opened the playoff tournament in a dominant fashion, shutting out the Dartmouth in a packed home crowd last week. Let's roll the highlights.
The Burlington Red Devils entered the postseason after an undefeated regular season, earning the number 5 seed. They hosted the 12th-seeded Dartmouth Indians in the first round of the MIAA Division IV playoffs. In the first quarter, the Devils struck early. A 58-yard touchdown run from junior wide receiver Shane Sheehan put Burlington up 7-0 after the extra point. Later in the quarter, on a 4th and goal at the 1-yard line, senior captain and wide receiver Ryan Brooks powered through for another score, extending the lead to 13-0 after a missed 2-point try. That would be the last time the Devils found the end zone, but their defense made sure it didn't matter. Senior captain and defensive back Matt Conti came up huge, snagging 3 interceptions and keeping Dartmouth out of the end zone all night. With the win, Burlington advances to the Elite 8 to face the 4th-seeded Duxbury Dragons, a team coming off a 39-12 victory over Holliston. It's shaping up to be an exciting matchup between 2 explosive offenses.
3 Red Devils from the boys soccer team earned Middlesex League All-Stars honors. Josh Newhall, Noah Castro, and Sam Ferreira. Newhall and Castro wrap up the Red Devils' career this year, while Ferreira returns next year as a sophomore. Huge congratulations to all 3. The Woburn-Burlington girls swim team wrapped up their season at the state championship meet last weekend with standout performances. The 200 medley relay placed 5th, just shy of school records for both Woburn and Burlington. Kaylee McCarthy broke her own school record in the 200 freestyle, placing 4th overall. And in the 50 free, Sadie Floyd took 4th and Alex Mahan took 13th with a personal best. Kaylee added a 5th place finish in the 103 free, while Sadie and Alex at personal best times in that event. Riley McCarthy placed 7th in the 500 freestyle with a personal best, and the 200 free relay team earned 9th overall. Riley also secured 3rd in the 100 backstroke. The meet wrapped up in a big moment. The 400 free relay finished 2nd overall and set a new school record for both Burlington and Woburn. We featured the team in our newest Sports Hub episode. You can watch it on bcattv.org under programming on the educational page. Senior Ula Rinkovichute has been selected to compete in the Massachusetts Volleyball Coaches Association All-Stars Showcase on November 17th at Westboro High School. She's one of just 54 players chosen from across the entire state. Congratulations, Ula, on this incredible honor. Burlington girls and boys cross-country teams competed in the MIAA division meet last weekend. 8th grader Mariska Kilroy led the girls with a 23rd place finish at 22 minutes and 23 seconds. And senior Roy Kenyake led the boys, placing 26 in 18 minutes and 1 second. Both of the teams will compete in the meet of champions on November 15th. Next week, we'll have highlights for the Red Devils playoff game against Duxbury, and more from the track teams, and a look at cheerleading at the North Regionals, and an update on the esports program as they wrap up their fall season. That is all for your weekly Red Devil Sports Report. For more coverage, head to our sports section online and follow us on X at BNEWS Sports. I have been Julianne McGrain, and I will see you all next week.
As we mentioned in sports, 8th grader Mariska Kilroy led the girls cross-country team at the MIAA division meet last weekend. She's been a standout all season, making a big impact as just an 8th grader. This week, our Red Devil shout-out goes to her.
8th grader Mariska Kilroy has quickly emerged as a standout for the Burlington girls varsity cross-country team, finishing as one of the top performers in every race this season. Competing alongside upperclassmen as a middle schooler has been a unique challenge, but Mariska says she embraced it and enjoyed the experience.
It was definitely interesting, very fun. I was definitely intimidated at first because it's a high school team.
Most recently, Mariska placed 19th in a Middlesex League Championship meet, finishing with an impressive time of 19 minutes and 43 seconds. She came in first for her team in a race with 11 other schools participating. She says she feels lucky to be a part of the team and is excited for what the next 4 years will bring under Coach Nelson's leadership.
I definitely look up to all my teammates just as people, role model athletes, role model people. Everyone's just a vibe. Everyone is encouraging. Even the girls that are injured, they show up to every meet, cheering us on at the hills, at Anna, at Sunset, at the end, even Jess. Everyone's just so amazing, and I'm so lucky to be on a team with girls that are so supportive.
Coach Nelson says she can't wait to continue working with Mariska and is excited to see what she'll accomplish as she grows in the program.
On all of our meets, either coming in first place or second. At the bigger MSTCA meets, she's up there as well. I think that I know she's new to cross country, and I think she didn't really quite know what to expect. She knew it was a lot of running, and I think she's surprising herself how great she is. And it's just it's really nice to see somebody like the sport of cross country and see success and bring positivity to the team and help our team out.
Congratulations to Mariska Kilroy on an incredible first season at the high school level. This is the Red Devil Shoutout.
Our photo of the week was sent in by Steve Morin. Steve captured a dog practicing yoga as the sun slowly sinks into the Pacific Ocean at Ocean Beach, San Francisco. Nice capture, Steve. Don't forget to send us your photos. These photos could be of something you see around town, on vacation, or even photos of your family and pets. Whatever you think is interesting and would like to share. Send them to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. Before we leave you this week, we wanted to remind you that tomorrow is the special election. Please get out to vote. Visit our website for all of the information we have compiled, including your neighbor's letters to the editor, links to all the meetings, community forums, all the independently produced programs and videos produced by the Building Committee. That's it from the news desk, and we're going to leave you with this snippet of a song that resident Joe McGrath wrote for Veterans Day, set in World War I, that he recently recorded in our studio. You can see the full version on our website. Thank you to all of you who have served.
I joined the Marines in 1904 during the war. They trained us night and day in that hard, tough Marine Corps way. They made us lean, they made us mean, and then they made us Marines.